case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
A former assembly line worker in Kentucky brought a case against her former employer, Toyota Motors Manufacturing, to the Supreme Court in 2002, alleging that they failed to accommodate her carpal tunnel syndrome. The employee accused the car manufacturing giant of violating the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, the Kentucky Civil Rights Act, and the Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA, by failing to assist her disability and choosing to terminate her instead of accommodating her condition. After being diagnosed with carpal tunnel syndrome and tendinitis stemming from her work with pneumatic tools, the employee was placed on permanent work restrictions by her personal physician. The crux of the case hinged on whether her restricted ability to perform manual tasks due to her condition constituted a substantial limitation under the ADA, implying that a potential violation occurred on the company's part. The claims reached the Supreme Court following a disagreement at the appellate level. The lower court had initially favored the employer, but the decision was reversed by the Court of Appeals. The appellate court argued that the plaintiff's condition did indeed significantly limit her abilities, siding with the employee and reflecting a broader interpretation of the disability standard under the ADA. However, the Supreme Court found that the Court of Appeals had erred in its decision to rule in favor of the employee. They held that the strict standard for disability required by the ADA wasn't properly applied, pointing out that it should bear a limitation that is severe, permanent, or long-term, and restricts daily life activities importantly, not a singular specialized task like the assembly line job. Therefore, the Supreme Court overturned the appellate court's decision and redirected the case back to the lower courts for further proceedings. The Supreme Court didn't continue the discussion on whether Toyota Motors Manufacturing violated the ADA, the Kentucky Civil Rights Act, and the FMLA, instead focusing on the core disagreement about the definition of disability under the ADA.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.